Hi everyone. Please forgive me. I know the link was sent around for everybody to join this, and it was sent on a upcoming event, and I couldn't get that upcoming event to hook up with the camera, so I had to create a new stream. And now I should share this, so let y'all know that I'm here. Um, Today, I'm going to be talking a little bit about MRIs, why we have them, the difference in strengths, what the different strengths, Tesla strengths can detect, how much the different strengths cost, and why you have MRIs. So, if you're in here and you're watching this right now, please say hi. And let me know you're here. Again, I've got my prayer list there. Calvin, thank you. Yeah, it's my birthday. I gotta show you. This here's my birthday card from my husband there. It's simply gorgeous there. And he says he got this from his fashionista there, and I love it. I love it. I got lots of birthday cards, but this one, it's not a gushy one, but it's got a great outfit on it. There, that, and then a tiny fishing pole that I can carry around and just pull over and fish. I can always have that with me there, and hopefully I'll end up using it more often than pulling around my big long uh, fishing rod there. Hi there, Freda CC. What is your name? Jim Yoder. All right. Jim, I've got you down. You know what, Jim? I never got where you lived and how old you were. All right. And Pamo, hi there. Oh, it was your 50th. You're born on June 8th. You're a sister from another mother. Uh, so, Rachel. Rachel, I have you down here. Let me see. Rachel, no, I don't. I don't. So let me put you down here. Rachel, hi Diana. All right, Rachel is Ritarac, and you know what? Please forgive me. How old are you, Rachel? Where do you live? And what type of MS? And what is your medicine? Pam Norton. Thank you, Pam. I was looking for you. How are you doing? Pam is overcoming the death of her brother there. And Pam, you've been in my prayers. I know it's very stressful. Stress is bad for MS there. And this here, to let you know, I am your host. This is MS Live, and you guys are the stars there. Hi, Gabby. Oh gosh, and Josiana. Oh, hi, and Diana. Oh my God, and Jim. You know what, Jim? I'll tell you what. Uh, um, you guys have made my day. Absolutely, absolutely. I'd rather be nowhere else on earth than on my screen porch talking to you. It's this is like a birthday party. Um, but today, so it's not about me there. And as sweet as you guys are saying happy birthday to me, those of you who really know me over the years know that for a couple of years I took my birthday off because I knew that you guys are more important, and I need to let you know that this isn't about me. There, having MS for 34 years has humbled me. If you watch the interview I did with Dennis there, uh, I wish I could do that over because I talk too much. You guys, I can do in 1 hour and talk nonstop. It's awful. Uh, All right, Pam. In fact, that's concerning. Norton, Pam Norton. Let me put that down. Norton, you're having contortions. That sounds. I'm sorry. I don't want to. Rachel. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. Thank you. You know what? I'm supposed to go get my roots done eventually and having a haircut there. Let me see. Rachel is from Illinois. You're 51. Yeah, that was how old I was yesterday. I'm 52 today there. And 52 is the new 30. Or 27, I should say. People are living longer. I don't walk right, and the ataxia. By the way, I fell. You see, I fell. You see the bruise right here and all here. I think I broke my hand. It hurts when I go like this, but anyway. All right, Pam. It's Pam Norton. I'm gonna scroll up there, but anyway, those of us with MS, the longer we've had it, the more we know what it's like to fall. The more we know what it's like to break bones. I talked to Cheryl Watkins, who is she's the administrator of MS Frontiers Primary Progressive, and she's my hero because she teaches us how to stay in the game. And she was telling me about her occupational therapy and her just the things she does. She's there right now. They're working on her core strengths, and her core strength is getting stronger so she can sit up and transfer there. I use my walker. By the way, I got this because I tripped over the Persian rug going into my living room. What are the odds of my foot catching? Thank you, thank you for posting that, Jim. I'll make sure that. Yeah, I needed that. There, you're awesome. We're all the same age. We're similar ages, but anyway, I wanted to let you know that my sandal caught the edge of the carpet, even though it was like this. It was less than a quarter of an inch, and I fell, and I had my hands on the walker there, and I think my hand got caught inside the walker, and it really hurts. Going like that. You see how this goes straight, this one bends in like that. But Daniel, don't say that because my husband wants to pick up that rug, and that rug it brings me joy. All right, so today, enough about me. Let me talk about MRIs and Teslas and co-pays and why do we get MRIs? And I want you guys to share your expertise. Does anybody know why we get MRIs? It's all right. Why we get MRIs? And I'm going to pause and say that a side note, we're talking about falling there if you have MS there, and I fell, and this is my it is just, I'm going to try to swim with and hopefully it only hurts when it pushes on the outside. In fact, I can't wear a ring. But what I want to talk about is why we exercise. We exercise and we build up our muscles, and we do that so we can fall and not get hurt. So far this year, or in the last 2 years, I broke my shin vertically. I broke my rib, and I don't know whether that's broken or sprained. And then I broke my thumb. You see how I closed that in the back of the door there. So I do that. I do that a lot. Okay. I love what you said to check progression. That is Lisa just answered her question. One of the questions, why do we get MRIs? Lisa said to check progression. That's true. And it is a tool to use to find out if our medication is working. brain or disease modifying medication. I have active aggressive secondary progressive MS. Now, secondary progressive is classically what they define as the second part of relapsing remitting. If you at one point get relapsing remitting and it goes like this, there eventually it quiets down. Whether you stay at 100% or whether you get progressively worse from all of the damage that has gone on, it that in the past you have now moved into the secondary area of the disease. There, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get worse. Then there's some of you like me who have secondary progressive. So you get all the past damage is getting worse, but you also have more attacks there, and that is why non-active. Nadine said it. Hi, Nadine. I boy, it's been you haven't been with us for a couple weeks there, Nadine. I need to know where you live, how old you are, what medication you are, and what type of MS you have. Hi, Tim. So all right, so I have this active aggressive secondary progressive MS. There, I am on rituximab, right? What happened was when I was they transferred me from Gilenya to rituximab there, and I was dumb. I went off of Gilenya because I didn't think it was working. I was wrong. MRI would have proven that it was working and my disease was inactive. That is something that happened. So what happened is I had lymphopenia 6 months after I went off Gilenya. They wanted to see my lymphocytes get high enough that they could give me the rituximab. What they discovered was in that period, because they waited too long, I had such wild. I had a catastrophic attack. And all right, what does that mean? They got me into an MRI machine, and I'll talk about Teslas in a minute. MRI machine detected I had brain new activity in my pons area of my brain, a couple on my cervical spine and a couple on my spine. It was so bad that I didn't know which way it was up. Oh, you're another Jersey girl. Okay, we got to do a split screen and have a party, Nadine. Anyway, what happened was they saw that, put me on rituximab right away. I did more steroids than I've ever done in my life. It was 1,000 milligrams, 5 days, and then I was off it for 2 days, and then it was another 5 days I was on the steroids there. And the idea is, I don't know whether you know that steroids is a chemical ice job for your body. There's side effects with steroids, but what you have to think about it is hi there, hi Jane, welcome. But it's an internal ice job. So you take the steroids and it cools down and reduces the inflammation on your body. Now, I was so messed up. I had to be tied to my scooter. I couldn't sit up straight there. And you know what? Steroids used to not help me also. Steroids only work if you're having an attack. A phantom attack doesn't work, and we get used to steroids. Sometimes we need more steroids than 3 days, 1,000 milligram or gram, 1 gram, 3 days a week or I'm sorry, 1 gram every day for 3 days there. So they did that. Now how they detected that I had a problem was with the MRI. Now they want me to have an MRI every 2 years, and that's typical protocol when you have MS. Get in the MRI machine every 2 years to make sure your disease modifying medication is working. There. So I definitely wanted to say that. All right, what kind of MRI machines are there out? There's 1.5 Tesla, there's 3 Tesla, and there's 7 Tesla. Now, I did a little bit of studying about that, and they did in 2007, 17, I'm sorry, a project there, and that was, it's recorded on Plus One, PLOS 1, and they compared the diagnostic quality of a 1.5 Tesla, a 3 Tesla, and a 7 Tesla. And they determined, and I'm going to jump to the end, they determined that there was no difference, that the 1.5 was good enough, even though the 3 and the 7 was able to detect a little bit, they could see a little more there. It didn't have any impact on diagnosing the issues there. And the 7, it's like too much information. The 7 was a little confusing with the some. It gave you too much information, so it kind of confused them there. So I wanted to let you know there. Now I compared it with MS. What is great? What is sufficient? 1.5 Teslas, and I was under the impression that the stronger the Tesla, the better. And down at Hopkins, they did a 7 Tesla on me. Where I thought going and getting a 3 Tesla MRI was going to be better than getting 1.5. That's not true. Let me tell you something. 1.5, I studied this. This is PubMed. PubMed has the results on these trials. They're 1.5 MRI is sufficient for MS. It's a cheaper copay. It's a lot cheaper than the heavier Teslas. There, it helps diagnose. It helps to see if you have inflammation or activity. Helps to see if your MS drug is working there. So don't be fooled that the higher Tesla is better there. You know what, Jane? They have an open MRI for people who are claustrophobic. Also, that you can get pre-medicated too, and have your husband take it there. Let me see. So, MRIs, what are they good for? They're good for diagnosing. They're good for deciding whether your medication is effective, and also they can detect if you've had an attack, if there's been any disease activity since you've been on your medication there. So, all right, very good question, Gabby. How is a spinal tap needed? In the old way, they would do a spinal tap. I wish I did a little bit. It's called TOPA, top of the mind awareness, and that is prepping for these videos. There, spinal tap is used to see if there's any proteins in the spinal fluid. They look for, and you guys, I know a couple of you know the exact, you know what I'm talking about. So a little help there, but they look for specific proteins in your spinal fluid. They want to see if these proteins are there, and you've got a certain amount of white blood cells that should not be in your spinal fluid because they pass the blood-brain barrier there. It allows them to see that it's classic with MS there. Jane said, all right, look over here. There is a prednisone alternative. I think they use ACH, I think it is, as a prednisone alternative there. And one of the side effects of prednisone, let's go back to prednisone, is that if early on, remember I've had MS since 1993, and they've treated me with steroids. Sometimes I would get them 5 times a year. And what does anybody know, Diana? What does anybody know? What, in fact, you guys run this show here. What are the side effects of taking too much steroids over a very, very, very long time? There. And I want to know if any of you have the side effects, and if so, what side effect do you have there? Um, Side effects for very, very long. You know what? In fact, Pam, it's interesting. You go weight gain, bone, Lisa. All right, side effects of steroids. There, weight gain. Jane says weight gain, hair. Jane said the hair loss, bone loss, a softening of bones, osteoporosis, which, believe it or not, I have. I have osteoporosis, thinning of the bones. I don't. I actually lose weight when I get steroids. I do. I get nuts. Mood swings is good. I get so every single time I was getting steroids, I'd ask for a prescription of Xanax because I'd get homicidal. You guys, I can only share this with you guys. Hi, Anna Maria. All right, I can only share this, and only you will laugh at this. People who don't have MS, some of you will understand. There, I had 5 days of steroids. The 5th day of steroids, my husband walked in, and he said something snide to me, and I looked at him, and I said, "You want to fight? Bring it." I am so glad because I'm in the mood. And he turned around and walked out there. I said, "I'm in the mood for a fight. I'm so glad you want to fight." There, scared him. Let's just say it scared him. He walked out. He thought, "Oh boy." But anyway, why would you get? Why would you get another spinal tap? To answer your question, is that if you've been diagnosed with MS, there's no reason to have another spinal tap, uh, unless I'm not a doctor. Let me stop what I'm saying. Uh, I'm not a doctor. They may suspect you of meningitis or something else going on, and that's why they're giving. So I don't know your particular situation, but as far as having two spinal taps over the course for MS diagnosis, that's not that that doesn't make sense there. Now you guys talk about moon phase side effects with steroids there. Typically, you don't have uh, uh, the moon phase if you do the short, the very short 3 days of Solumedrol, or 5 days. Yeah, the 10 days of Solumedrol tells me that, Diana, you had a severe attack. Am I wrong? And you tend not to get the moon phase because when I started whenever I took steroids, I never had the taper. They only recently started giving you the taper. I'd say in the last 5 years. Neurologists, whenever they prescribed it to me, they gave me a taper, and I didn't take it because I never took it before there. So what does taking 1,000 milligrams or 1 gram of steroids do immediately 3 days in a row? It shocks. It's like a ice shove. It shocks the hell out of your system, and it cools it down. It reduces the inflammation, and that is a side effect. Pamo, it does give you, Pam, it does give you high blood pressure. So if you, and also another thing is that it also raises your, if you have diabetes, it raises your blood sugar. So that is methotrexate with spinal tap. Yeah, but again, Diana. So anyway, let me finish my thought there. So they give you 3 to 5 days, typically, to be intense there. And if they give you a taper like you're talking about there, that is to keep your system cool for 3 months. I don't do what I say. You need to stop. If your doctor feels that you should be on the taper, it's supposed to be easier on your body. I don't know. Since 1993, they gave me steroids, and even when I did the 10 days of steroids, there was no taper. I did a gram a day. It was same thing. I cold turkey stopped. Did I have any side effects? Yeah, I was a lot nicer, quicker. I never got the moon face. The side effects of steroids, it puts weight on some people there, and every time I got side effect steroids there, I lost weight. I don't know what it is there. uh, you know what, and let's talk a little bit about the dermatitis. You're talking about dermatitis with steroids there, uh, I'm not quite sure what you mean by dermatitis, but one of the things we have with MS is the MS itch. And I didn't know I was in a situation when I lived in Seattle where my scalp itched. And I went to a dermatologist. I tried everything there. I bought free, let's see, sodium lauryl sulfate. I studied the chemicals in shampoos, and I thought maybe it was the shampoo that was causing me problem. They gave me special antipyretic. I tried shampoos, all sorts of things. But guess what? I discovered my pillow was bloody from me scratching in the middle of the night. It itched there, and I discovered. Uh, um, this was related to MS there. So what did I do? I discovered that if I mixed apple cider vinegar and water in a like 50-50 in a spray bottle, and I'd soak my scalp, and at night, and I'd put my hair up, and I'd sleep. There was something about that change in the pH, changing the nerves, that it didn't itch there. Some people talk about using 50% Listerine and 50% water. It's the same thing. Uh, uh, there is it's you have a rash. There is one of the things they talk about also when you have MS is that it's an autoimmune disease, and you're more likely to have other autoimmune diseases. You could have what do they call uh, um, eczema, which is very, very common. Um, uh, uh, what is it? But eczema there, and eczema can happen because you have a little bit of you scratch yourself. You have a allergy. Say I brush up. I was working in my garden, and I brush up against a plant, and I have a little bit. It itches, and I scratch it there, and now different bacteria has gotten in my skin, and let's see, there's my husband in the background. But anyway, he's at the sink. But anyway, so you get a little bit of a bacteria on your skin, you start itching it there, and now you can get eczema. Eczema is a chronic inflammation of your body. It's a rash there. You can have and what do they do? They give you cortisone cream to put it on. Uh, uh, our Buy, Calvin. You need to buy water. I was gonna ask. Uh, Actually, let me keep. CeraVe cream is a wonderful. CeraVe, I love CeraVe. It has a bumpy skin that has a salicylic acid in there, and it keeps your pores open. Also, if you shave your legs or your face, if you're a man, there you shave, and to prevent the bumps, the ingrown hairs, and all. If you use what Jane was talking about, the CeraVe cream, the rough and bumpy skin over where you shaved there, it'll moisturize that, but it'll prevent the ingrown hairs. So you fellas there, use it on your face after you're done shaving. There, it'll keep. And let me know. Let me know how it's working there. It works 100% on me, and I love that you brought that up. CeraVe, I use the face wash. There's also it's a sunscreen that I'm going to bring out next time. It's a sunscreen that it, when you put it on your face there, and or your body or your chest there, and the sun hits it, it actually uh, activates it and it resurfaces, it regenerates your skin. So let me see. It is. Let me. What is the name of that? I'll get the name of that. But it's wonderful. Psoriasis is what I was gonna say. Omega threes. But anyway, this sunscreen, if you have a wonder, I'm sorry, if you have the beginning of basal cell carcinoma, it will resurface. It'll kill it. It just the let's see, liver spots or anything like that. Anything that is getting all funky with your skin, you get this stuff, and I'll bring it next time. It's incredible, and Jane, you're absolutely right there. The CeraVe cream. Jane, you're talking about is are you recommending to Pam the rough and bumpy skin CeraVe moisturizer, or are you recommending the regular moisturizer? CeraVe comes with a lot of different types of moisturizers. So thank you, Jane. So if you could let Pam know what exactly you're recommending there. Also, I hope everybody's remaining safe there during this time. So, are there any questions about MRIs? And did I answer your question where did we all answer your question where it comes uh, where it comes to MRIs, or okay, Jane just brought up, you know what, Jane, all of them have the ceramides in it now. But the rough and bumpy skin has something in there that exfoliates your skin so that you're not prone to the psoriasis, or that ingrown hairs, that kind of stuff. So I think, in my experience, the rough and bumpy skin is absolutely necessary when in the winter. But in the summer, after you're done shaving, I've got to use that. We also have to bathe more often in the summer. There, hydryl hyaluronic acid is also in it. Yes. Well, that's the face moisturizer. You can also get the face moisturizer with a hyaluronic acid, and it also has sunscreen in it, and that's good. But I'm going to tell you about, and I just can't think about it, about this sunscreen that I am talking about. There, let me. All right, I am going to Amazon. I'm going to tell you the sunscreen right now. There. So I am checking it out. I'm checking it out. So trimethicone, and zinc, they're very good. But I'm going to tell you exactly. Let's see, it would be in my orders there. But anyway, now, how has everybody been doing with the heat? How has everybody been doing with the heat there? Uh, uh, this heat I ended up getting. It is a cloth there. Let's see, all orders. Let's do. All right, I'm gonna tell you because it is. It's so important. Sunscreen. It is freaked. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna tell you. Uh, I, I please forgive me for not. Idaho is wonderful. In Maryland, we were supposed to go to. It's called Lee's Landing for my mom and all for a birthday dinner. And today it's supposed to be 87 degrees out here. That is entirely too warm to be sitting degrees out there, and it's in direct sun. It's terrible. All right, for some reason. Probably. All right, I'm gonna get you the that sunscreen a little on Thursday. All right. It says my stream is a little unsteady, and I think it was because I was trying to get the name of that sunscreen at the same time. So shouldn't be doing that. Anyway, so stay out of the heat. Uh, Also, the rag. Now tomorrow I'm gonna go to the pool there, and I'm gonna try to swim my laps. There, my shoulders finally feeling. What do you do in the summer for exercise? That is. Now I know we've got 22 minutes, and when it's warm, what do you do? I found myself. Uh, I get to the pool tomorrow. There, feeling rather depressed, really depressed, in that it was so warm that you can't go out and do anything. I can only garden early in the morning, and I am not a morning person. So late at night, last night, I was digging in the garden. I was crawling around the garden, spreading mulch there, and I was able to do that. It was nice and cool last night, but tonight I think it's not supposed to start getting below 80 until 9 o'clock, and that's going to be too warm to sit outside at a restaurant, especially for my mom. I can handle a little bit of it, but so what do you do when it's so warm and you're inside? Uh, I know the air conditioning. Could you imagine having MS before there was air conditioning? I don't know how they did it. I don't know how people did it there. I want to know, if you don't have air conditioning, how do you deal with it there? I think we all want to know, how do you deal with it? It's supposed to be hot today, and yeah, anyway, but the coolest place to have dinner would be right here on this screened-in porch. There, you can see. This is the coolest place in the house there, and I've got the fan going. Actually, that's not true. It's cooler in there. The air's on inside there, but I like being outside there. I don't care about having a small inside of the house. I like being outside. Uh, uh, let's see here. Nobody's chatting, or let's see, maybe you guys are chatting, and oh, I've got a low internet connection. Uh, um, all right, I don't know what to say. I did my Tesla MRI thing. So all I will do is recap, and unless this reconnects there with one. It says I'm on. I just said I was offline, and I don't know why. Now it says I don't. There. Now I'm online again. I don't know. All right, 1.5 Tesla. It's a cheaper copay, and it will detect whether your medication is working or if you have any disease activity, just as much as say a 7 Tesla there. So don't get sucked in thinking more. And this is I'm only saying that this is me. There, more is better. There. So think about having a 1.5 Tesla machine. Save some money. The copay will be cheaper too. Let's see. They who are claustrophobic request that. There's also if you have anxiety or claustrophobia, yeah, they can give you medicate you, Xanax and that kind of stuff. So you call in advance on that. What else did we learn? Falls are common with MS, and it's good to work out so that when you fall, you don't get hurt. There. We also talked about steroids, side effects of steroids there, including, let's see, increased blood sugar, increased heart rate, bone density difficulties, osteoporosis, weight gain, moodiness, that kind of stuff. So again, how do you treat all of that stuff? You make darn sure you're having an attack before you have you agree to steroids. Steroids are not effective for phantom attacks, and the way you know phantom attacks from real attack is that you a phantom attack is a worsening of the symptoms you've always had. A real attack, you tend to have new symptoms that you've never had before. So only when you have real attacks should you consider. Back in the day, every time I had a phantom attack, I'd want steroids there, and it was an emergency. There. So wanted to let you know there. All right, so we talked about that. We talked about CeraV and the skin breaking down. A lot of us have skin problems there, and CeraV has a rough and bumpy skin that's good to use over, let's see, every time you shave there. Also MS itch there on your any place on your skin or your scalp or any place that it itches unreasonably. Try using either 50% ACV, which is apple cider vinegar, and 50% water, or 50% Listerine and 50% water. And that and spray it on you, drench it, drench your hair, drench your scalp, and that will change the sensation. Some people take gabapentin for that. Again, it's a personal choice. It's a choice with your doctor. I personally don't want to take medication that the side effects uh, worse than the side effects I have, and I'm constantly dizzy. So gabapentin makes me dizzier. Some people require it there. Um, Now, on next week, we're going to talk. Not next week. How about on Thursday? We're going to talk a little bit about baclofen and spasticity, and what we can do about spasticity. Tizidine. There's lots of medications for that. So we'll talk exclusively about that. Uh, um, uh, I apologize. Yeah, this is all supposed to be stable there. I've got the software that says it should be stable, but it doesn't look like it is. So I apologize. Let's try this again on Thursday. It's 46 minutes. I don't know whether, well, it says that there's a lot of you still watching there. I'll go over and get the names. Again, you're on my prayer list there. I hope you've all been doing better since I've started this. And God bless you. God bless you. Please subscribe to this channel there. Please join us and help each other out. Help me out. You've made this the best birthday I've had, I think, in years, because I can't remember when, because it's, what do they say? And I'll let all of you know there, by you being here, uh, um, how do we best manage to get to deal with MS? The longer you have it, and this is what Dennis said, the longer you have it, the more you can serve other people with your experiences, the more it's worth having. The more it's worth having. Anyway, I love you. Please subscribe. God bless you. Go to msfrontiers.org and look at the resources we had for you, and keep coming back. I'll talk to you soon on Thursday at 10 o'clock. Thank you.